John, thanks so much. It really is a pleasure to be here, and it is a joy to take a few minutes this morning to share some of the awakening moments we've had here at Lee Enterprises, specifically in the upper Midwest as well as in New York. And what I'm going to share in the next few minutes is a very powerful example of how Pulse, when positioned correctly with our sellers and our ad leaders, can be an exceptionally powerful tool. And let me quantify that for a second. I'm going to tell you a quick story of what we went through here in Lee over the last 60 days, where we transformed 3 markets who in total had sold only $9,000 of Pulse Research ad sales, and it created less than 20 flyers, and how we transitioned that into a 3 market that has sold over $153,000 in the last 30 days and created over 816 teasers and flyers for local companies. Now, the proof's in the pudding, and what I want to do this morning, John, is share just a couple of the ways and the things that we went through to help make this happen. And I think you'll all discover that it actually is quite simple when you look at it, the type of changes that we need to have to transform how we look at Pulse and how it matters to not only our sales reps, but to our clients. So the first thing that we did here as a group, between the 3 markets we were working in, we worked in Glens Falls, New York, Carbondale, Illinois, and Kenosha and Racine here in Wisconsin. The very first thing that we did is we wanted ad leadership in all of those markets, from the publisher to the ad director to the sales managers. We wanted to ensure that they were fully on board with what Pulse represents for their sales teams. We really wanted to get them on our side in terms of showcasing how powerful this is. So we got that group together, I'd say probably about 45 days ago, and we went through a couple of really key things that we felt were important. And John just spoke about this a minute ago. We are not business as usual as an industry. The COVID pandemic has single-handedly guaranteed that everything about what we do as a media sales organization has changed, and it's probably never going to be the same again. But springing from that, Pulse represents an unprecedented opportunity as what we call the tip of the spear during this time for local ad sales. No other media competing locally or nationally can offer the audiences that we offer through our newspapers and our digital solutions. And Pulse is our way of bringing that to these advertisers. Secondarily, we said we're not going to check the box on this one. As you guys know, in the companies you work with and work for, there's a lot of initiatives that can come down the pike, even during times of pandemic. A lot of those times, as leaders, we're looking to check the box and get through it as quickly as possible because we have 100 other things on our list for that day, and so do our sales reps, and we just need to get through the day as quickly as possible. We said with Pulse, we're not going to simply check the box on this one. It's just too important. Ultimately, we're going to do what's right. And by doing what's right, our clients win, and because our clients win, we win. And the right thing we want to do is very simple. We need to share with every local business that we know or should know the number of consumers that are our readers in print and online. They're going to buy in their category in the next 90 days, and specifically the number of people who are going to buy their products and services. This is absolutely key. So that's why Pulse matters, especially now to our ad leadership. And John, and thank you for your help through this process, we framed it as we are on the verge of a game-changing, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And here's what that opportunity is. There has never been a time in our history where local businesses are this keenly interested in what consumers are going to buy in the next 90 days and who they're going to buy from, and we have the answers right now. So as we walk through this ad leadership call, here's what we did that was a little bit different. And I think there's a lot of ways that we can look at this. We told the local ad leadership, including here in Madison, which I'm a part of, we don't want to set an arbitrary goal around the number of teasers or flyers or proposals. And the reason we don't want to do that is we want every local business that we know or should know to get a copy of their Pulse report on their category. In our case here in Madison, Wisconsin, that's literally thousands of customers that we talk to throughout the year that need to see the Pulse report on who and how many people are going to buy in their category over the next 90 days. The goal of that call with the leadership is to help everybody understand how critically important this is for our local businesses and for our sales teams. So here's what we said. We see Pulse Research as the tip of the spear on every single sales call. So we came up with a little tagline here. We called it Pulse Research, every call, every time. It means every time you're going to talk to a customer, email, phone, you're going to go see them in person if you can, if they're open, you're going to bring that Pulse Research report with you, and you're going to make certain they understand exactly how many people are going to buy in their category in the next 90 days. So each market's different. Here in Madison, that might be 40 to 50 flyers a day between all of our sellers. In Glens Falls, New York, that might be 15 or 20. In Carbondale, that might be 35. In Kenosha, Racine, that might be 65. So the important thing here was to set the expectation that as a business, as a media selling organization, our role in this community is to share the Pulse Research with every business. Secondarily, tip of the spear. We wanted our sales teams to not look at Pulse as just another ad system that we wanted to log into. So here at Lee, we've got AdMall, Sales Fuel, SpyFu, SEM Rush. We have our own, reporting systems. There's so many things that we're asking our reps to log into every day. We didn't want Pulse Research to become just another box they had to check. So what we said is, every call, every time. Start your day there. So our reps come in the morning, they actually plan their day through Pulse. So they work with their manager, they come in, it's the first thing they load up on their computer, they look at everyone they're going to call for the day, and they make sure that they print out at least the teaser or the flyer. And what we've been trying to establish over the last 30 days with our reawakening is developing that habit. So these three markets that we spoke about, Glens Falls, Carbondale, Kenosha, Racine, these were markets that had Pulse prior to our reawakening, but since we've instituted it as the tip of the spear and positioned it as business critical that we share this key information with our clients, over 816 flyers have been presented and easily over $153,000 have been sold, and that's just what we reported through the actual Pulse tracking box on your sales planner. The difference really for us is, and John, I'd like you to chime in here. I think it's the fact that from a leadership perspective, we chose to talk about Pulse differently, and we were able to position that as the tip of the spear on every sales call, and then the weight of the spear being your local media solutions, ads in your newspaper, ads online on your website, and then your programmatic exchanges as well. So John, anything you'd add to what we saw with our awakening over the last 30 days?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you, Ben. It is an awesome, awesome privilege to be working with you, and your team. You have done a phenomenal job communicating and then executing, because I just want to echo a couple things that you said. One, it's not business as usual. Two, business is now more than ever. It's a unique time. Never before have business has been so interested, thirsty with information about the next 90 days, for their business category. And that's what is the essence of the Pulse presentation. What's in it for them? The tip of the spear, starting with that, get their attention, and then, as you've done so effectively, then show what product, what package, what program that Lee has to reach that opportunity. So I want to salute you, Ben, and once again, congratulations to you and your team. It's a privilege working with you. And